a group that went through its peaks and then tumbles. Why was it important to put the story out now?
Well, it has nothing to do with now. It's because it took so long to find the right people. Look, Korem was the man for the job. I saw something that he did called Dealt. It was a blind magician. After seeing that, I was like, whoa. Before that, we talked because I screened a lot of people. Manager Kimalo checked it all out, and it was never the right person because their angle was wrong, and his angle was a human angle. It was really his goal was to have people walk through in our shoes, essentially. And he did that. Then there was the inner working of the music industry, and then the inner wars that we went into as well, and the fact that people pointed the fingers at Rob and Fab when in fact there was a whole machine that was behind, that was backing it up. So it was ludicrous to think that Rob and Fab were the ones, the corporate, the ones in charge of everything. And I think that was forgotten when the scandal came out. It was Rob and Fab. It's your fault. It's your fault. And I'm really glad that now we did it. We did it properly, and people are going to be exposed to it. So I say, buckle up.
And so for this, do you feel like it could maybe change the industry? Because you see how the industry just takes advantage sometimes, and then for everybody to see your story and be like, oh, we could do better from this.
Well, I think that people are more savvy now. We live in a different time. People are more aware now. The standards are different. Back then, I got crucified for everything. But now, if you look at TikTok, lip syncing is at the top. You see, but it's okay. People do what they do today. Some artists do lip sync, but they do what they do. My goal is I understood that singing live, singing, dancing, performing, growing as an artist is key. I want to put music in people's soul. Literally, that's what I want, and I want them to be inspired by what I create. Redemption song, Bob Marley, One Love, those are the songs that changed my lives. Even though I had to take a dictionary to try to learn what is he saying exactly. But I noticed one thing, that the words and the energy of the music were matching. Watching my grandfather playing an accordion in the Caribbean during the carnival season, and watching my parents turn into children as well, and that was like, wow, that's the power of music. I can explain exactly with words now, but back then it was just an instinct.
Right.
I love it. That's what it was. And look right there, the man. Come on, come on, man. Because of this man, we were able to put it together and put it together properly with Bradley Jackson, his partner.
And so you got the biggest compliment that you saw their vision. Well, what was it that you saw in that you really need to put this out for them?
Well, I think it was, Milli Vanilli is a story that's made such an indelible mark in pop music history, but people only know, like, the headlines. As much as people want to say, oh, I know that story, they only know the surface. And what I wanted to do was really tell the human story. And not only of just Rob and Fab, but everyone who was involved with Milli Vanilli, even the real singers, and, like, the journey that they went through. And additionally, expose the pop music machine and peel back the curtain and let people see this is an entire machine of people that were involved with this deception. It wasn't just Rob and Fab.
And what was the biggest thing you learned, maybe not going into this? You're like, oh, you thought you knew everything, but that one thing stuck, like, oh, I had no idea.
Two things. One, I didn't know that the producer who created Milli Vanilli had done this before with a band named Boney M. So he had done this entire deception before. And two, the tape skip did not stop Milli Vanilli. It was actually something that is revisionist history. That's something that we have created via this Behind the Music episode and an edit.
That's right.
After the tape skip, they went on to win 3 American Music Awards, a Grammy, and have more #1 hits and sell millions of records. So we like to think of it as, oh, girl, it's girly, and then like, boom, Milli Vanilli ended. And that's actually completely false. And we learned that when we made the doc.
That's right. So what I'll say is, you think you know, you ain't got no idea.